up, everybody? I'm here with Adam McDonald, and it's spoiler talk. It's movie talk. We're gonna break it up so that I can upload these individually and get my YouTube views up for it. But I just wanted to bring you here. You're a local film critic.
Yeah.
Over in Salt Lake City, and we both had a chance to see Infinity War when the screening came out. And I've got notes, and I will try to keep on track with what we're going to talk about.
But that's not the point of a podcast. The whole point of a podcast is tangents.
That's so true. And yeah, there's going to be tangents because I've got stuff to talk about with this.
So there's a lot to talk about.
First of all, I fan expectation versus what we saw. They did a lot of trickery with their trailers. In a part, they really flipped things, and I think a lot of people had negative reactions to that with The Last Jedi, with subverting expectations. Mm-hmm. How do you think fans are going to react to this, and what's different between that and Star Wars?
So I think before we go any further, because people are going to bitch about it, spoilers. Obviously, we're talking about. We're not going to hear like lists of who dies or anything, but
we totally could though, because it's a spoiler. And screw you guys, we're talking.
Yeah,
about
we warned you. Yeah, as far as so. The way that fans are going to be, if you've read the Infinity Gauntlet
mm-hmm.
or Thanos Quest, or the ways that all this is leading up to the Infinity War and the Infinity Gauntlet, everything Thanos is doing in the book is to win the affections of death.
Yeah,
he's in love with death. That doesn't happen here. His whole thing,
not at all.
No, actually, I'm working on a piece for a Big Shiny Robot right now about Thanos and his motivations, because his whole thing is he sees that the universe has finite resources. And there's way too many people, way too many aliens, and the only way to do that is to cull the herd, like kill off. But basically, what we did in Kingsman.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time. It's like, this is Valentine's plan,
just on a much grander scale.
Yeah, just he's got more willpower and can like totally do stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a henchman with swords, but
he's
got 4 kids.
He got 4 kids. One of them has a sword, kind of. And it's a big axe.
2 of them are married, right? Is one of them like a step kid?
I don't know.
They never brought that up.
No,
either.
And then actually that was the one thing I kind of missed was like his henchmen really weren't that fleshed out, but
Ebony Maw was cool, but Ebony Maw was awesome. The Squidward joke was amazing.
The Squidward joke, oh my god.
Yeah, and he was so slimy. He reminded me a lot of who was the King's henchman in Two Towers and Return of the King. Just a slimy dude.
I can't think of his name.
Has a squeaky coward like. Halfway, he made puberty, but kind of.
Yeah, but only one ball drop.
Exactly. So it's like, you will bow for Thanos.
No, he was great. So he kind of got
telepath for sure. Like
limited screen time, but he was effective while he was there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so his purpose for doing what he's doing is in a sense noble, even if I don't really agree with the way he's going about it.
Yeah.
But you can see where he's coming from. So
you know what I noticed? Like, because they have this theme with Killmonger and Thanos now, where you can relate to them.
Yeah.
Like, you can finally get these villains a lot more than you could with, like, Malekith from the Dark World or something.
Yeah, Malekith, Ronan the Accuser. I mean, Marvel's always had a villain problem. They had some really big standout villains, like Loki. I loved Hela. I think she did a great job. Baron Zemo, no one talks about him, but before Thanos, he was
underrated.
Really the only one who won.
Yeah.
He did what he wanted to. But Thanos just stands above them all, because not only does he accomplish his goals, but he's a thought-out character. He's a sympathetic character. He's not just there being evil because it's for evil's sake. He's doing it because he thinks he's right.
Would you rank him as top now?
Yeah.
You're gonna okay. I would say put him up there. I would say yeah. He's with the scale that he's able to accomplish with stuff. I wanted to say Killmonger for a long time after, but the more that I think about this movie, the more Thanos kind of rises above. I think Killmonger, you empathize way more with him instead of understanding.
Yeah.
But it was actually kind of cool to see them using all the weapons that Killmonger had built.
Yeah.
For it's like, so he's still helping your guys' asses. And
I think he's still alive.
Really?
So think about this. You never saw him die. He drank the flower.
Okay.
So he already has those healing abilities. I think he's in prison somewhere. I think because he's still there. And I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up somewhere like in Black Panther 2 or Infinity War 2, whatever they call it.
Well, wouldn't they have to, like, bury him?
No, because they bury you to get the, to have your vision and everything else. But remember, like, when T'Challa got cut open, like, when he took it again, like, it healed him and everything else. So.
Where did he go after? Like, once the sunset was over, what did they do with him? I don't know. That's going to be the biggest question, because if they just buried him, very likely there's a Superman regeneration type thing happening.
Who knows? And they'll probably do a better job with it.
That'd be so cool. It was such a bummer when he died. I was like, this is your best villain, and it's really cool that you're doing this because the story works, but damn it. I really like Michael B. Jordan in this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it was because he was a fleshed out villain. Mm-hmm. He was doing things for the right reasons, if not for the right purpose. He was doing what he thought was the right thing, and wasn't doing it because, I'm just a bad guy. I'm going to go wipe out.
Him and Coogler, man, like best.
Yeah.
One of the best combos. So we've talked about Thanos. Let's talk opening scene with Thor, Loki. They're on the Asgardian ship. Mm-hmm. Half of them are already gone. He's already gone to Xandar and taken care of everything there.
Which I was kind of glad they didn't show that. It was kind of cool they just jumped in. He's like,
it seemed like it would have been everyone knew already.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing with this movie. For people that aren't really associated with the Marvel Universe, this isn't going to be your first movie to go to. And I wouldn't take somebody that's not seen, and there's not many of them, but
well, like 18 now.
Yeah, the 18 movies and a lot of themes that you have to follow through with. So to just say this is like the second movie that they're going to see, it's going to be tough.
No, if you go in and you haven't seen at least like Guardians of the Galaxy, probably 1 and 2, Thor Ragnarok, and Black Panther. There's like 5 or 6 you just have to see to know what's going on.
Like, I would say Avengers and Avengers 2 are big because you need to know that Scarlet Witch and Vision like each other. Because Avengers Infinity War, arguably if there's a secondary character for it, it's Scarlet Witch and Vision's story arc, I think. Iron Man would probably be third for me, but the main story is all about Thanos.
This is his movie. He's the thing tying it together. And, I mean, the Russo brothers did an amazing job as far as taking, 22 different characters, giving everyone a moment to shine. Everyone has.
How can you even do that?
I don't know. That's why that's beyond me. But it is his movie. He's the one who ties it all together. So,
but Loki dies.
Loki dies.
Minute 5 into this. Noble death. Was it something that? I think it was dead weight at this point. Loki has kind of ran his course of being a character that has different things you can explore without it being like forced.
Yeah.
So like a noble death with him trying to do something, but freaking Thor has lost everybody at this point.
Oh yeah, and there's a great scene later on when they're going to the Forge to get Stormbreaker made, and Rocket has that conversation with him, and he's like, well, Faye has chosen for me not to die yet. And he's like, well, what if you're wrong? He's like, what else have I left to lose?
Yeah. He what did you think of him getting Stormbreaker and getting the eye back? Kind of like fixing or undoing some things with Ragnarok.
Honestly, it was fine because you had to have a Thanos killer, and you had to have something that would basically defeat a god. So that was fine. The other thing didn't really bug me because the way he got it back was funny. That it was smuggled up Rocket Raccoon's ass.
Yeah, I mean, did you have any differences of opinions on Peter Dinklage?
I'd heard. I didn't even know he was in it until like the day before we saw it. I went in social media dark because I didn't want to have any spoilers.
Good on you. I couldn't do it. Because we got there early, I avoided most of it, but I was refreshing my page like a junkie. Like, give me something.
So I heard that it leaked that he was in it and what his role was, but I had forgotten about it. I just completely blew my mind. So when he showed up, I loved it. I mean, I'm a huge Peter Dinklage fan, and I think it was kind of ironic you'd have a little person play a giant.
Yeah, but even I had to question, like, is he still a little person in a giant's world as well? Like, if you were to go to that bracket,
well, didn't they call him? Because he still had dwarves, didn't they?
They were dwarves, but like giant dwarves. So they were still dwarves.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was the thing that worried me is like people laughed, but I sat there. I was like, was that for the right reason for you guys to laugh? Like, I remember Peter Dinklage saying he never takes a role where it's mainly about his size.
Right.
He took a role named Dwarf in this one, and so I had to be like, this is kind of funny. Like, why choose them? It's Marvel, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Game of Thrones is on hiatus. I need to do something right now.
Yeah. I mean, when Marvel comes to calling, you don't say no.
Dwarf.
I mean, he's good in everything he does, and even
he had a very, very deep accent.
Yes.
Just what was the part where Thor was about to activate the Dying Star again, and he was like, if you do this, boy, it'll kill you. And he goes, not if I die or something. He's like, yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, that's how it works. So you got to be a smart ass too, which you can obviously see from Tyrion Lannister and everything else. But I had fun with it. I've seen it twice. You saw it twice too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we both seen it twice. The second time was just as much fun. I got a chance to
I loved watching people. Like, I was
watching. Just now I was about to say
the ending. I just kept like across the aisles. Like, so one person probably saw me leaning in with a big smile. Like, what is he? And then Spider-Man dies. I'm like, what?
Oh God! Don't even that. So I never try to make movies up in my head, but I prepared myself that like Cap was gonna die and like Tony Stark was gonna die.
Yeah.
So it's like I was mentally like, I mean, Captain America is my favorite character. He's like my moral compass just in general life. Like, so I was like, this is gonna suck, but I can get through this.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man dies, and I fucking lost it. I was like, I'm just there bawling in my seat, like unabashedly, just like tears falling into my popcorn. Like
it's Tom Holland's performance 100%. Like the way that he can turn into just being like the fun-loving Spider-Man, and then immediately into a little kid that's out of his depth and has no idea where he is and is just scared. Like he did that really well with Homecoming. And he was able to do it again. And going alongside Robert Downey Jr. for that, I was like, this is really good. I'm glad that you didn't die yet so that this could happen.
Yeah, and I mean, it had to because Tony Stark is his only father figure in his life.
Yeah.
And so, technically speaking, like to have your son die in your arms, some kind of thing would be like... So he's outgunned for Thanos now, but the problem is, I don't think Thanos is going to be the bad guy in the second one.
No.
He's done his thing. He's gone. So I think I have some theories, and again, we're just doing fun stuff on like my spoiler page and everything about where it's going to go from here and how it might fix everything. But he did his job. He's retired. He just wants to sit down and watch the sunrise.
It's true. Is he still stabbed? Did he get that fixed? Because
he's at the power of a god. So
felt like it went through him all the way, like when he sat down, and the gauntlet's destroyed too. That's another weird thing that I didn't expect to happen moving into the next one.
Right, and I think
they have to make a new one. That's essentially.
I don't know, because in the comics, once he gets the stones, he just has the power of a god and can do what he wants. Yeah. He doesn't need the gauntlet. He has the gauntlet because it's easy.
So they're no longer the gauntlet doesn't do anything for him anymore.
I don't think so. No, because that was
it's like embedded into him or something. That's interesting.
Yeah, but he still has the stones, and technically speaking, he still has the power of a god. So I don't know how they're going to address that, but I think if it plays out how we've been kind of joking around and having fun with, I think the Soul Stone is going to play a big part in the second part. So I'm
interested to know more of your theories on this. I've got one that I think is close to being what will happen in the next one, because there's a reason that they saved the Trinity and all of the original Avengers. It's let's bring it back to basics for the last one, their final hurrah, but they're going to have to sacrifice themselves for the new Avengers, and that's how they'll be ushered in. So
possibly, yeah.
I think it will be something similar to, maybe Red Skull will still be up in the weird cave thing, which that was
and see,
okay. You're back. Cool.
So yeah, I didn't catch that. So when he showed up at the screening we saw on Tuesday, I don't know what the reason was. The colors in the screen were like weird, so like I didn't see he had a red face. So everyone's going.
Is that Lady Death? Is that Lady Death? That's what I
thought it was too. And then all of a sudden, like I was like, that kind of sounds like Red Skull. I wasn't sure, and afterwards it was, but.
Not Hugo Weaving either. I just saw a report actually that I wanted to keep up here.
It wasn't his voice, because it didn't sound like. I mean, it sounded a little like him, but I didn't think it was.
It was Ross McQuand, best known as Aaron in The Walking Dead.
Oh,
so that is Red Skull. So Kevin Feige kind of pulled a fast one and proved to people that Red Skull can be recast.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Because you just need the voice, and if it sounds, just get the Werner Herzog thing going, and you're good.
But I think the Trinity is going to have to go, and they're going to have to sacrifice themselves from that part to, because they show like the Reality Stone and the Tesseract, or I mean all the other stones except for the Soul Stone as far as power set goes.
They did show it one time.
Which part was that?
So he uses the Soul Stone when he's fighting Doctor Strange, and all the Doctor Stranges go everywhere, and he uses that power to make it go back into just the one person again.
Really?
Because I thought he used the Reality Stone, but when I watched it last night, I saw that was the one that was glowing.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Soul Stone reverses Doctor Strange powers. Okay.
Well, it probably just reveals, because it's all these different facets of who he is, so it probably just reveals where his true soul is. Kind of like, that's what I got out of it.
Oh, okay. So, because it breaks down which thing has the soul.
Yeah.
And then knocked everything out.
That's what I got out of that.
He probably combined stones then, in that case. The Soul Stone.
He might have. He mainly used the
Power Stone, smacked him.
Yeah, the Power and Reality Stone were the ones he used the most to do things with.
I liked the Reality Stone. It wasn't what I thought it would be. Mm-hmm. Like, Thor the Dark World did nothing like that.
No,
when
not
they
at all.
turned Drax into cubes and Mantis into the river, which was cool. And Thanos loves bubbles. That was something I didn't expect and love. Like it's like Thanos is a fun dude. Who doesn't love bubbles?
He wants to love bubbles. That's all he wants.
Everybody loves bubbles. It'd be so funny if he just like giggled a little bit too. Just like
I do like the part when because Gamora tells Star-Lord that she knows something that Thanos can't know. So if he ever has to come down to it, he has to kill her. And so Thanos is like trying to egg him on, like, go ahead and do it. So he finally does shoot, and then bubbles come out. And Thanos just screams, he's like, I like you. And then goes away.
And you know why he likes him? I think it's because he was willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And that was the only reason Thanos won, is because nobody was willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
They all looked at the situation and said, kind of like what Captain America said, we don't trade lives for lives.
We don't trade lives for lives.
Because they went with that motive, Thanos kicked the crap out of him, because he totally does and is cool with doing that.
Yeah, and then that's what made him such a character, because he sacrifices Gamora to get the Soul Stone, and then the next scene you see Mantis is like trying to keep him under control, and she's like, he's feeling anguish, he's feeling all these things, because he did love someone, and like the only life he loved, he had to sacrifice to for what he thought was the greater good. So
Gamora she started embarrassing herself for a little bit. When she started laughing, I was like, come on, you don't know? Like, Red Skull could have been like, Ixnay on the you're dead you're gonna get thrown off, lady, shut up.
I just couldn't believe they showed her actually lying on the ground. Like, that was like...
Yeah. Do you think it's... Because there's deaths in this, and then there's deaths with, like... So quotations attached to him.
Because of the fact that so all of the Avengers and everyone at the end, like, this fades to ash and they're gone now. I think you're going to see all of them come back, because that can all be undone. But I'm not sure that you're going to get back like Loki or Heimdall.
I think Loki and Heimdall are done. I really hope I hope they didn't show Korg or Valkyrie, because they're not done.
I don't think they're dead.
I question why they'd be alive, because they would be the ones fighting, and for them to not fight and let what happened happen is a little strange for me. But maybe they weren't on the ship. Maybe they escaped before it happened. Or there's a lot of ifs for that one.
If you think about it, Thor specifically said that Thanos killed half people on the thing.
Yeah.
But he blew up the ship, so for the people who were still alive, he might use the Space Stone and get them out of there first. I mean, there had to be some kind of way that they were off the ship when it happened, because...
Please don't kill Korg, though. Like,
I know, right?
Or Meek. Is he still... He better be alive. After
I think we'll see him
he's
again.
actually alive. He's not dead. Oh, he's dead now. Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Jeez. There's so many good things to this as far as tying in other films with it. Like, it really is a culmination of the 10 years. And it doesn't even feel like... It seems like a season finale, or... No, I'm sorry, a mid-season finale.
It's the Empire Strikes Back of the series. I mean, even though it's now 19 movies in.
Very Star Wars feeling, like, thematically with the music and the way that they, like, introduced Thanos through everything. It felt like Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
And the Luke... Thanos, like, kind of Emperor thing that they had going was interesting. I'm just talking tons of stuff. Let's go to Guardians. Star-Lord's a dick and ruined everything. His motivation pissed me off so much. I don't even buy their relationship, and he doesn't either. A booty call, and then he's gonna do that shit. Oh my god!
When he first meets Thor, they have a full dick measuring contest. He's like,
"Oh, that was amazing.
Just lower your voice." No, I did not lower my voice.
He's mocking me.
He's mocking me. This pirate angel.
Oh, when Gamora's like, Thanos, I hate him, and then he comes up and he puts his hand on her shoulder and just like, I've had family problems too, and now Star-Lord's just like, get your hand off her right now.
Yeah, I know. No, I mean it was, and I like the fact that they made fun of Chris Pratt for getting some weight back.
Yeah, because he kind of had.
No, he did. And Chris,
he's having a tough time. He doesn't like
getting divorced.
The divorce is happening. Like Ben Affleck got a lot of crap for it too. I just don't want Chris Pratt to go that far deep.
No, did you see Jonah Hill recently?
Well, he's either skinny or big.
No, he actually is like, so he lost all that weight, and then he's still like Jonah Hill, and like then he gained it all back, and then he lost it again. Like, but he was really good. Like, I was like, holy shit, like you're Jonah Hill. He's in
like a moderate phase where.
I think he was like in his cocoon phase when he first time he did it. Now he's now like a mature Jonah Hill.
Okay,
but he gets less funny when he loses weight. So
yeah, it does kind of go back and forth. What do you think of him in War Dogs? By the way, not to go on tangent. I thought that was a really good performance by him.
What the fuck is the other guy in it? Who is in Fantastic Four?
Oh, Miles Teller.
I fucking hate Miles Teller. I want him to die.
Except Whiplash, the poster.
No, I hate. I mean, I hate him in that movie just because I will go back to that movie and watch what's his face just beating the fuck out of him because
it makes you love him. for that.
Yeah, no, I hate that character. But no, War Dog seems great. Like, I actually walked out of War Dogs pissed because it made me like Miles Teller in that movie.
Really?
Like, no.
Well, as an actor, I've just heard a lot.
He's just a horrible person. Stuff. He's a horrible person. I mean, he's a decent actor, but no, War Dogs is great. I love that movie. So
tangent over. Sorry.
There we go.
I sidetrack. Rocket, Groot, and Thor having their dynamic was really interesting. Like, it was interesting that Rocket kind of held the captain position and then followed through with it.
Yeah.
It seems like what happened with him and Yondu has changed him a lot. So, like, when he's like, I gotta go be captain now, he's like, oh, dead brother, that sucks.
That sucks.
That's annoying. And gave Thor that really great speech, like we were talking about, where he's just, I don't have family anymore. I've been alive for, how long have you been?
1,500 years?
1,500
yeah.
or so. Yeah. Do you see more sequels with him? Or
with Rocket?
With Thor?
I think so, because if you look at the timeline, he's only been in, what, like 4 of the movies now?
Oh, but his contract's up.
6 movies. His contract's up, so I guess it just depends on what size check they want to write him. But
yeah, because I think there's so much more story after Ragnarok. Like, they just opened up a whole new chapter in it.
Yeah, and I want to see more Thor Hulk road movies because that was amazing.
And they kept him as a character from Ragnarok. I'm glad they didn't go back to what he was in the first 2. Like, he still had jokes, calling Rocket Rabbit, and like, I took Groot language as an elective. When is that? I want to take that now. That's gonna be the new Klingon later on.
New Klingon, yeah.
Yep, it's gonna be taught by Vin Diesel. And he'll take all the money from everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like Trump University for him.
But actually effective.
Everybody with me. I am Groot.
I am Groot. No, it's I am Groot.
I am Groot. Get out of my class.
No, I think there's a chance he'll come back. Chris Evans, RDJ, are pretty much, I think, going to be gone from this point. We'll see about, like, everyone else, so.
Yeah, I feel...
Mark Ruffalo and everything.
Yeah, they didn't do much with Ruffalo and Black Widow's character, which I was surprised about too. It maybe just 1-2 relationships have to deal with in this movie because there's a lot of relationships.
There's a lot of relationships, and it's already a 2.5 hour long movie, and so there's, they've already crammed in so much stuff. It's like almost felt like anything more would have been. Because I mean, that 2.5 hours flies by, but
it really does. Like the film, it's 3 third acts, basically.
Yeah.
Like an action set piece the entire time. I hope they expand more on that. Like now that they've cleared away most people that have a relationship currently.
Yeah.
And just
they're all gone.
Focusing on the basic. I don't want them to retcon it. Because I know a lot of people had an issue with Age of Ultron with their relationship and how they kind of handled Black Widow in that.
Yeah.
But they've been tying it in with every other movie. It just would feel like a waste if they just kind of threw that away. Like, if you want to do something, you can change it. You made Thor good,
No, I think maybe she's just kind of pissed at him because he just leaves, and then he wasn't there when they could have used him the most during Civil War and everything going on. But I think they'll build on it.
She might not have a very good character arc in this, but Hulk's was pretty interesting with Banner, and Hulk is terrified now. Like when he got the shit kicked out of him at the beginning. First of all, that was amazing. That was
toe-to-toe with Thanos.
That was like a heavyweight championship, and like Thanos has got all the moves.
Yeah.
Hulk was nothing compared to him, and now he's terrified. I think he just doesn't want to come out, and I think that's the main reason. So
yeah, that's that, and he's probably just tired of being Hulk. He was Hulk for a couple years, so
it's cool to think that now Banner wants Hulk now. Like now he's the one that's trying to get him out when most of the time he's only been like trying to contain to make sure that he doesn't. That's a cool dynamic. I like that they flipped that.
That'd be interesting to be like their therapist.
I just get so angry all the time. Well, maybe if you'd come out when I ask you to, bastard. Mark Ruffalo's coming to his own on that role. Like, I don't think he knew what to do with it for a while. Like, it was kind of like, I'll do some acting until the main part comes out. But Ragnarok gave him so much to sink his teeth into.
Oh, definitely.
And maybe it was the Universal stuff with them not really letting him have another solo film.
And I'm wondering, and I'm wondering if, because I'm assuming he probably has mocap for the last couple movies. So I wonder if maybe he wasn't able to. They weren't doing mocap back, like, say maybe in Avengers and stuff, and so he wasn't. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm not.
I think it was in a lot of people's contract this movie not to have makeup put on them.
Yeah,
like particularly Paul Bettany. He was like, "I'm done with this shit. I missed when I was just being a voice and could walk out with a sack full of cash and not have to worry about this."
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. I like that he could actually mask the stone and everything.
Yeah, he could come across just a normal human being walking around in Scotland and everything. So.
It made the relationship a little bit more real. And, like, I guess that, say what you want about what that says for me, thinking about artificial intelligence romance. I mean, I loved her, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's...
Red dude just didn't look right.
But if you think about it, too, it's, if with the AI that was built into him, I mean, he did have a conscience, and you could argue about having a soul or not, but when the singularity happens and our robot overlords take over, I'm perfectly fine with just uploading me into the internet, and I'll just live there happily, so...
I bet there's a good corner you can hang out in. Like, I'd probably be in Reddit. It'd be a dangerous place to be. Like it's the Oasis on crack mixed with Goodfellas, but
yeah, see, I need to get in Reddit. My buddy lives on Reddit constantly, but like the places I've gone to, I guess I always end up like in like the deep dark corners of Reddit where no one should go, and I'm like, this place is stupid.
I stick to the main like world news just because I have to check and kind of cringe to like what happened, but lately I guess it's been pretty good. Like.
Yeah,
at least
I live on
the worst.
I live on Google News for the most part for that, but
what do you think of Iron Spider? The
it was cool.
Like they did a really good job with the pincers coming out. That was amazing. Like when that first reveal came out, I was like, yes, they're doing everything that I wanted in Civil War, but they're doing it right now.
Doing it right now.
A little too late, but it's cool.
We still got it.
Do you think Aunt May's still around?
I don't know.
I'd feel sad if she was still around. That would be even worse, in my opinion.
So, we were on the spoiler group on Facebook. Like my roommate Maya was on there, and he's like, I got the worst idea for the Ant-Man and the Wasp after credit scene to get because like the Ant-Man and Hawkeye aren't in this movie. They're off doing their own thing.
Kind of convenient. Like the world's ending, Cap's coming out of hiding, but they still need to stay under house arrest.
Yeah.
All right.
I think sure. It's because they're
whatever.
They're probably whatever's. I bet you what's happening is their movie is taking place the exact same time this one is. But Maya was saying he's like the most fucked up ending for the after credit scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp that will get him involved in the next one. Is everything's done? He goes home, gives his daughter a hug, and she disappears in his arms.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. You know, you may have just called that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't me. Maya did it, but I was like,
maybe
oh yeah,
Pam goes too.
Or something, yeah. But there's going to be fallout. You've got to see what happens because there's got to be a way to get them involved in this one.
How do you think Captain Marvel's going to fit into this?
So
now I'm super excited. Like the end credit scene in this is great. Nick Fury is awesome. Getting to use his trademark line was amazing.
It's like, mother.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? You had to. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you haven't been in here in a while. Do your thing.
So yeah, we were talking about that last night, and so here's the thing: is who's what's her name? Brie Larson, who's playing Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I mean she's not in her late 40s, early 50s, and if Captain Marvel takes place in 1990, for her to be in it nowadays, she would have to either be an old woman or something. So we're thinking maybe she's like in a time stasis or
kind of
something's going
on ice a little bit, like Captain America, just in a Kree
or Kree way, or who knows what it is. I mean, again, it's all speculation, but there's got to be a way to bring her into the present without her aging. So
I hope they bring her in fast. Like it would be cool to see. I've heard a couple rumors that the next one is going to be taking place 5 years after. I mean, it's a little too early to be getting into rumors for this stuff, I think, but just for conversation's sake, if it's 5 years later. And they do have photos of Robert Downey Jr. looking a little bit older. Are we going to see kind of like a prosperous Earth? Maybe something where like, oh shit, what Thanos did actually helped, but we're still like, we still know what happened. And like, I'm sure there's going to be something that plays into that if they stretched out that long.
It depends. I mean, again, it's all speculation, and they won't even reveal the name of it. I bet D23 will get the name of it because they just said
be part 2. This is a part 1 for sure. Like I don't know why they stopped calling it that. Why would they not call it that though?
Unless all I can think of is that the theme for the second one is going to be so much different than this one.
And to your credit, not Thanos themed.
Yeah.
Possibly not even involving a gauntlet, Infinity, or anything.
No, because if I remember correctly, I haven't read it in a long time, but Infinity Gauntlet, at the middle part of it is when he does a snap, everyone disappears, and then actually Nebula gets the gauntlet, and she goes from there. So I don't think I think he'll play a big part. I think he's the key to undoing everything that happened. Yeah. But I don't see him as being the bad guy in whatever.
Is Suri still around? She just got knocked out, right?
So my viewpoint is if you didn't see him disappear, they're still there.
I agree with that. That's a good way to.
But she needs to be the new Iron Man. So.
And she could be the one that can make because if it has something to do with it, like I've heard someone say it could end with a snap, but instead it's an Avenger snapping to undo everything. But who's going to have a gauntlet? Who's going to make a gauntlet to be able to do that?
They can go back out the doors, make him again.
Peter Dinklage to
the rescue!
Get back here!
So the theory that we're having fun with is that the people who, because they didn't die, so keep in mind they just disappeared from existence. So it's not like they're actually dead. But what if everyone who disappeared got transported to inside the Soul Stone, and somehow Gamora's still there because she had to be sacrificed for it,
like a Horcrux,
kind of a Horcrux type thing, maybe a pocket universe or something like that.
Yeah,
and they find somehow a way that that to reconnect with Thanos, and then he, in the end, changes his mind because he realizes I don't know. It's all speculation, and it probably won't happen, but you never know.
It's good ideas. I think the reveal of the Soul Stone, fans had better theories than what we actually saw. Like it was cool seeing Red Skull show up and stuff, but it was throwaway, pointless. But that's a good theory that I think might actually end up being. What
I did like about the Soul Stone though was that just like we did with Last Jedi, where like you go in here, this is who Rey's parents are, this is who this is. Oh no, you're all wrong. And that's what I loved about the Soul Stone was like people were like, everyone was like, it's in Wakanda, it's got to be there. I'm like, nope, you're all wrong. So
I wonder what they filmed for, because like with everybody dying, they couldn't have known, and I'm pretty sure none of them knew their characters were going because they didn't get the scripts. I wonder what they were filming for those moments though, because it had a lot to do with like tricking them into stuff, like the part with maybe Spider-Man knew, maybe like
Tom Holland is infamous for not being able to keep his mouth shut,
and he did good on this one,
but he only saw the script from the scenes he was in.
Yeah, but the one he's in dies.
I know,
and he says stuff about dying.
Yeah, the only one.
I wonder if they said something like, "This isn't what you're thinking,"
I think
Black Panther knew. Crawl through the bush and try to pick her up.
Maybe it was like the scene maybe they filmed that scene and did the post like literally the day before it came out.
Well, what if they gave them like fake scenes and filmed those scenes that kind of would work the same way as if they were dying?
Possibly. And this is one possible thing.
Because I remember seeing an interview on Kimmel when Chadwick Boseman had seen it. And he's like, they did a thing, and I went, oh no, they did not. And you know exactly what that part is when he dies. So what did they film then? If you didn't know, how did you not know?
The only one who was given the whole script was Doctor Strange. Was Benedict Cumberbatch because he had to know everything happening.
Well, we have
and Chris Evans
script for 2.
Yeah, and then Chris Evans stole one of the scripts, went home and read it. So he knew.
I didn't hear that.
He admitted that because he had it on on all the talk shows last couple weeks, and he's like, "Yeah, I stole one and went home and read it." But yeah, most Tom Holland especially only had scripts that were applied to his scenes and nothing else. But yeah, I don't know because that's huge for them not to know what was going to happen. So
yeah, I don't know. Well, any final thoughts? Like favorite moments in this? We kind of just went through it as much I think as I could write down. There's so many good one-liners in this.
My favorite line from the movie, though, and it's not exactly how it was said, was when Cap finally comes back and he's meeting up with Rhodey again, and he's talking to one of the guys from the UN or whatever, and he's like, "I'm not looking for your forgiveness, and we're way past asking for permission."
Yeah. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, that line's like my favorite, probably from any Marvel movie they ever had. So
I liked a lot of Groot's. I'm Groot's. Like they were so pungent when they came.
Yeah,
it was like Groot, you're perfect with what you're doing, and just the I am Groot at the beginning when he's just messing with his tablet. He does absolutely nothing in this until it's absolutely needed, and it's perfect. When Thor comes down and he's got Rocket on his shoulder, and then it goes to Bucky actually 360
with
shooting
Rocket
everybody
going around.
It was amazing. The I am Groot, and then when Captain America's like, I'm Steve Rogers.
I am Steve Rogers.
Or all the dynamics with Iron Man and Doctor Strange and Star-Lord were perfect. They were so good, especially when he saw Mantis and Drax. What do you guys even do? We take ass and kick names. And he a 5-minute pause, and I'm just like, what have I done?
Mr. Stark, what's going on?
Nothing.
They're here to get a necklace from a wizard.
Are you from Earth? No, I'm from Missouri. That's on Earth, dumb shit.
Yeah.
Or, I got one question. Where's Gamora? I've got another question. Who's Gamora? I've got one. Why is Gamora?
See, I'm only 50% human. That's the stupid part, but you're 100% human. So
when the only time the Spider-Man gave a serious line is Footloose still the best movie in the world? It never was.
Never was. No. So there's this really old movie called Aliens.
Yeah. I didn't catch what they were gonna do right then as quickly as when he did Empire Strikes Back. But once they opened the airline, I was like, "Yep, that's perfect." The kid knows too many movies. So
yeah, you say one more pop culture reference. No, it's a lot of fun. It's got so much going on. Like it was cool seeing it again because you're picking up on all the things. Mm-hmm. I think the only thing that was really hard with the first time was I was so on edge trying to figure out what was going to happen and who we're going to lose because it's so distressing that it was enjoyable seeing it more the second time because you can kind of like you've already prepared yourself, you know what's going to happen, and you're not sitting there like stressing trying to figure, okay, what did? Oh my god, like when Tony Stark gets stabbed, it's like, oh, he's going to die. Like, well, no, he doesn't. He has to keep on going on. So
that was also cool. I like that Thanos is fair. Like when it comes down to it, I really think he would have kept Loki and Heimdall alive if they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like if Loki didn't move, just stayed where he was, they would have survived. Yeah. But because they messed up. And like he fulfilled his bargain with Doctor Strange, he didn't kill Iron Man, which is also something that's like. So you're a bad guy, but you're very you're a stand-up man at the same time.
You're lawful evil. So
there you go. Final thing I have, and I saved it for this moment because I've wanted to talk to somebody about this theory. Stucky,
okay.
That's all I gotta say.
So
I think it's real. It's gotta be real. And they totally ghosted each other in this one.
Yeah,
they totally.
They finally reconnected, and like they meet up, they fuck each other with their eyes, and then
Got nice hair.
Yeah. I haven't. I'm sure there's a ton of slash fiction out there. But I have not read because no one's got time for that. And that's actually the one thing that they were talking with Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers about inclusion in these movies. And they've talked. How they've got all different races and people of color and obviously aliens, and then they have powerful women, and you've got all this great representation. We don't have a queer character yet. We don't have anyone,
or at least someone that is out. Like
that's out, yeah.
And I still think those two. If there's going to be anybody in the existing universe, if those two just kind of, Captain goes against every rule in the book, everything for this dude, and it makes absolutely zero sense unless he wanted to bone him.
Yeah,
that's the only. They were just friends for like a minute, and he helped him with some stuff. That's their relationship. But now it's hotter.
Yeah. Oh, so I don't know. Like it's. Here's the thing: is Sebastian Shaw will probably go on and do more movies because he's got like a 9-movie contract. I think that's only halfway done.
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
I would love to see that. Like just right before Cap dies. Yeah. Give him a kiss. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't.
But a real bro kiss, so nobody gets upset.
Yeah. You dude, I wasn't gay, dude. I said no homo.
He just whispers that at the end.
It's like just like
right when he's jumping off the Soul Stone cliff.
Exactly. Yeah. I loved you. No homo.
Just grabs his crotch and pushes him off.
I'm wearing tight pants. Don't say that. No, I think because as a gay person myself, like and people don't, people say like, oh, why do you have to have, gay characters and everything? I'm like, no, you don't have to have that. But there's something really powerful about seeing yourself reflected on screen. Mm-hmm. And I think we saw that with like Wonder Woman. I went and saw a screening of it, and we got out, and there was like 3 or 4 teenage girls like just doing high kicks and like twirls, and like it was going crazy because they got to see themselves reflected on screen.
Yeah.
We saw that with Black Panther, with people of color. So there is an audience out there, but the question is whether or not Disney and Marvel have the balls to do it. Which is kind of ironic because Disney's always been very forward-thinking around LGBT rights and being one of the first companies to actually offer like domestic partner insurance and everything. But you're also talking about something that's making them billions and millions of dollars, and how badly you want to piss off right-wing conservatives in the South who may or may not go see a movie because of gay characters in it. So.
Maybe Drax is gay.
Who?
Drax. Maybe Drax is gay.
I had a wife and kids.
Yeah, but maybe he's not anymore. Maybe he switched.
Well, I can't remember. There's a couple characters in Black Panther.
He didn't like Mantis like one bit, and kept talking about how ugly Mantis was. And as soon as Thor shows up, it's just
the pirate god. Yeah,
tight pants and
pirate. Yeah. I don't know. I think in Black Panther, a couple of the characters are queer in the comics, and they didn't really represent that on the screen.
Characters that are actually
in Black Panther. No, not in real life, but to the characters. I can't remember. I think it's what's her name who plays Michonne. Who's like his royal guard?
Oh, okay.
I think she's gay, lesbian, or bi in the comic. I can't. I'm probably murdering this, so forgive me. I haven't read much Black Panther. So there's been characters that could very well be, but they haven't really addressed it. So.
Yeah. Well, it'd be cool if they stopped kind of being like implying, like, because of the implication. I don't know if you watch It's Always Sunny.
Oh, I love Always Sunny.
Because of the implication stuff, but yeah, I mean, I hope that fan fiction, someone gets a budget that can make some Call Me By Your Name thing, and everybody will figure out, oh, so that's why he does all the stuff that he does, because that's absolutely what I think.
But I don't know if we can have the apricot scene in a Marvel movie.
Unless it's like an Infinity Stone apricot.
Oh, God.
They tie it into Thanos or something somehow.